and welcome to National Focus. I'm Kimani Serja. Coming up, flood watch discontinued for Dominica. Bailey bridges have arrived from St. Vincent and LIAT resumes a flight at the Douglas Charles Airport. Details of our headline stories and more after this. Welcome back. A flood watch issued for Dominica on Monday has been discontinued. Meteorological officers announced on Tuesday that as a result of the steady reduction in shower activity during the morning, the threat of further flooding across the island has diminished.
Our report suggests that the southern tip of the island got a greater impact in terms of roads being rendered impassable. At Grand Bay in Geneva, as well as Point Michel, Scottshead, Soufriere area. We have no reports at this stage that any lives or injuries, any lives lost or injuries, but certainly the soils are still saturated, the riverbeds filled with silt, and so 1 inch, 2 inch of rain is significant given the impacts we've had over the past few weeks.
Schools remained closed on Tuesday and public officers were told to stay home following persistent evening and early morning showers. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, in a live interview on DBS Radio Tuesday morning, also encouraged the private sector to call off work. The Dominica leader explained that this was all in an effort to ensure the safety of citizens. So, just to repeat, the flood watch issued on Monday for Dominica has been discontinued. Meantime, rainfall associated with the tropical wave resulted in flooding and landslide in a number of communities across the island. GIS News traveled to the southern community of Point Michel on Tuesday morning. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Soufriere constituency, Ian Pinard, spoke of the extent of the impact of the overnight and early morning downpours.
So the rain came down maybe about 6 o'clock, so sometime. In fact, it started flowing about earlier on, but about 6 it picked up some speed, and basically we had already cleared the ravine, but you notice that it came back, it's full up now with the silt. You know, hopefully, you know, it didn't cause any flooding to the homes, which was good because it was cleared. But we have a lot of work to do in terms of cleaning it up again, because what we did a couple of weeks ago, we have to continue to do it again. And you know, there's nothing you can do about that. You know, it's nature, and then you just have to continue. And thank God nobody got injured, and we will continue to work to clean it. In terms of the Point Michel and Soufriere, we have quite a bit of floods, quite a bit of landslides. There's one close to Melvina that came down in the Champagne area, and higher up, going down to Soufriere, we have some trees and more landslides. So we have a few landslides in the area. We're waiting for the rain to stop so we can go and assess the damage. We have an equipment coming up to clear this ravine and to go and clear the roads. And between the Soufriere and the Scottshead, we have another slide, which means that Scottshead is now cut off. So we have a major slide there, which we have to clear and go on with it. So it's quite a bit. It's almost like what we did, what happened during Erica, came back again. So we have quite a bit of slides that we have to clear. You know, it's a lot of work. By the end of the day, nobody was injured. You know, we had a bus that was trapped with school children between Point Michel and Soufriere. That bus was trapped. In fact, somebody else came and untrapped it. The children walked home, thank God, to Galio, so they are safe home with their family in Galio. So we're happy. It could have been worse, but thank God there's nobody who got injured or lost their lives. So we just have to continue to monitor the weather and pray that the sun comes out today and we can start cleaning. I'm calling again on all the residents, not only in the Soufriere constituency, but all over Dominica. You know, let us start. Let's not wait for the heavy equipment to come. Let us start with our shovels and our pickaxe, and let's go and start cleaning around the drains and around our communities, our homes. And when the heavy equipment comes, there's less work to be done. So I'm calling all Dominicans and persons from my constituency to start doing that as soon as the rain stops.
We also spoke to proprietor of Melvina's, a popular bar in Point Michel.
Well, I wake up around, but I was hearing a lot of rain and thunder lightning early hours of the morning. But when I wake up around 5 o'clock, I saw the ravine coming on slow. So I say, hey. While I there, I tell my husband, but come out us, I see 1-2 people, and I'd already put sandbags there because I the only weather report, you're going to have a lot of heavy showers. Around 6 o'clock when I come out, I see ravine. Everybody this time, everybody is taking me. So what happened? The water pass under the outlet I have, and we want the inside coming. Then I start to see, and then I put the sandbag, more sandbags. When I start to call the neighbors, tell them, ravine this time, if you overflowing again. Then I jump the ravine, I go help another girl, start to help us to the water, don't come by her. Tell them to come back by my side flood. And this time is blast. I get it blast.
The overnight showers associated with the tropical wave also impacted the Roseau Valley.
Since the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, the valley has been very, very vulnerable. Of course, the soils are saturated with water, so any little rain that falls, it poses more problems for us. This morning we were greeted with I would call it a stone slide in the area of Raffo, just higher up, just before Casso, where we had a huge stone slide come down there and really block the whole road. Luckily, we have heavy equipment in the valley right now working, clearing some of the debris and the landslides and the all the rubble from Tropical Storm Erica. So we were able to mobilize very, very fast, and we went up there and we cleared it up. It was probably cleared about what? Just about 45 to 1 hour ago, and the entire area is patent right in terms of transport, vehicles moving through.
Dominica continues to receive more assistance from regional counterparts in support of its post-Erica recovery efforts. Over 4,000 pieces of metal weighing 125,000 kilograms arrived in Dominica on Sunday from St. Vincent to construct 4 Bailey bridges. The Bailey Bridge is a type of portable prefabricated truss bridge. It was developed by the British during World War II for military use and saw extensive use by both British and the American military engineering units. The bridges continue to be extensively used in civil engineering construction projects and to provide temporary crossing for vehicular traffic.
We have approved the 4 locations for those bridges to be erected. The first location is Makushri. You have Batali, Point Trong, and the 4th one is at Whitaker. The transportation of those sections of the bridges started yesterday, 14th September, and we're hoping to continue today, subject to the crossings, because we have to get to Point Trong, subject to crossings on the West Coast. Based on advice received from the Ministry of Public Works, from the Permanent Secretary there, and in consultation with the bridge experts who are here assisting us, they've advised, the Ministry of Works has advised, that the Point Trong Bailey Bridge will be up, again subject to weather conditions. All of it is subject to a number of variables, but that they're saying that the Point Trong Bridge will be up by Friday, 18th September 2015. So the first Bailey Bridge will be placed on Point Trong by Friday, 18th September 2015. The second one at Battley, they're advising that on Tuesday, the 22nd of September 2015, that Bailey Bridge would be up. And the third one, Makushri, they were advising that by Friday the 25th of September 2015, that Bailey Bridge will also have been erected. So the 3 bridges on the West Coast that have been severely impacted upon will be up. All 3 will be up by Friday the 25th of September 2015.
More detailed survey works is required at the Whitaker crossing due to the challenging nature of the site.
The engineering survey team of the ministry has commenced the collection of the necessary data for advising designs. And we expect the surveys should be completed by Friday the 18th of September. And the other actions which are required, one is to complete the designs for the support systems for the bridge. 2, transport the bridge sections to the site at Whitaker. 3, complete road works along the construction route at either side of the gorge. And 4th, assemble and launch the bridge. The approach there is very difficult. You will have to construct a bypass road and to be able to launch the bridge across the bypass. So the surveys are being done. The engineers have been there on several occasions. The cabinet has given clear instructions that that area is urgent priority because we need to access Dalis and Butika. So that's urgent priority for the country at this time. So once the design is done and the surveys are done, we will be in a position to say by what date that bridge will be up. So hopefully by Friday, we'll be in a position to update further on when we will be in a position to launch this Bailey Bridge in Butika. But also say to the residents and to the rest of the country that this is a priority for the government. It's a priority for the country. We have to create access to those areas.
Special Envoy of the Government of Trinidad and Tobago and former West Indies cricketer Sir Brian Lara paid an official visit to Dominica on Monday. While here, Sir Lara was taken on a tour of the West Coast to gain an appreciation of the extent of the damage caused by Tropical Storm Erica. He says his government is prepared to bolster its support to Dominica and to assist the island in the process of its recovery.
I think it's a very sad sight. I know we are vulnerable in the Caribbean to tropical storms and to severe hurricanes, but coming to Dominica, a very beautiful island, very quiet, very humble people, and the devastation is, as your Prime Minister put it, monumental. And I think the rest of the Caribbean needs to reach out. SEDIMA is working really hard with the 18 nations that are involved and asking for the support, and I think all the islands are coming together to do that. Trinidad and Tobago have to play an important part, and that'll be the message I'm taking back to my Prime Minister.
Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Coliho constituency, Catherine Daniel, the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Francine Baron, and the Honorable Minister for Works, Ian Pinard, were among officials who accompanied Sir Lara on the West Coast tour.
We've taken him through the West Coast from Roseau all the way down to Coliho where we stopped. And he's seen a lot of the infrastructure damage. He saw damage to property, and we've told him also the loss of lives. And he's very concerned. He's taking pictures and notes so he can convey all this information to his Prime Minister. We've seen tremendous courage from citizens when you go around the villages where persons are cleaning up. And after 2 weeks, you're still seeing persons are cleaning up in their homes, their basements, the roads, the rivers. So there's quite a bit of work that we have been doing, and the citizens in Coliho and Colibistry and the other communities, and we say it continues. So I'm very happy to say that, and I want to tell all Dominicans too, let's continue to work together like we're doing now. Let's not after the Tropical Storm Erica stop. Let us continue to do so. And I think we're going to help ourselves, and other international communities are going to come and see what we're doing and help us also.
The Coliho constituency in the West Coast suffered immense damage. Honorable Parliamentary Representative for that constituency, Catherine Daniel, says Sir Lara's visit is timely. The Coliho MP also took time to commend her people for working hard in cleaning up the community.
The people have, put themselves together, gathered themselves together, worked feverishly to bring it to the state that's in. We have some equipment assisting us. And so, for example, the road we came down on, it wasn't motorable. You couldn't pass there because of the silt from the river. And now you can pass. So you can see progress, although it doesn't appear that progress is happening because of the quantum of damage that's been done. But we are getting there. And with the help of God, the people are strong, they're resilient, we will get there.
Sir Lara left the island by helicopter on Monday afternoon. You're watching National Focus. More to come when we return. Welcome back. Caribbean airline LIAT is expected to resume operations at the Douglas Charles Airport from Wednesday, September 16. This was confirmed on Tuesday by Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. LIAT cancelled its flights in and out of the island's main airport following extensive damage to the facility due to flooding associated with Tropical Storm Erica on August 27.
The LIAT technical people came in this morning at Douglas Charles Airport. They came in this morning to set up the computer system, because they now have electricity in the terminal building. They have internet connections in the terminal building. The idea is for them to set up the IT system, the computer and ticketing system. And we have been advised by LIAT that they will resume flights into Dominica at the Douglas Church Airport on Wednesday, the 16th of September.
An 8-member team of trauma specialists from the Massey Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago are on island in an effort to provide support for citizens affected by Tropical Storm Erica. Team leader Wendell De Leon told GIS News that his team has been all over the island visiting affected areas.
We have been through a number of places other than going to the shelters. So far we have been to, Quilibistri in terms of that community. We went to Colio. We did community groups over there where we have actually looked at the extent of the trauma and be able to help the people to articulate the pain, the hurt, and of course looking at recovery at a very difficult time. We are dealing with the shelters. We are also working in conjunction with the government, where we have teamed up with Dr. Benjamin, who is part of the mental health unit.
De Leon says the team of highly trained specialists is mainly focused on helping those affected to deal with displacements.
A lot of stuff is happening. People are hearing right now like the schools are going to reopen. There's a sense of panic and anxiety because what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? There's no mention of it in the news where you hear schools are to be reopened. There's nothing about me and I'm in the school, so where will I go? So that's a sense of panic for them. Some of them from Petit Savant don't have anywhere to go. A whole community has been destroyed. So that's a lot of anxiety, a lot of trauma for people to work through, and that in itself can take a while. You need a lot of that kind of support, both at the individual and at the macro level, to help to assist and support the recovery.
The team, who is in Dominica until the 16th, is also intent on rebuilding the mental resilience of those affected.
We looked at some of the people from Petit Savant and they have lost a lot of loved ones. We have done groups with the teachers and so far and from the Petit Savant area, and we realized that it's really challenging for them to go back to teach where there's no school, there's no home, and those things cannot be taken lightly.
And that's news. Coming up next, the tip of the day. We are still in the hurricane season. As Dominica continues to experience adverse weather conditions, here are a few more things you can do to protect yourself and your home during a flood. If flooding occurs, go to higher ground and avoid areas subject to flooding. Do not attempt to walk across flowing streams or drive through flooded roadways. If water rises in your home, before you evacuate, go to the top floor, attic, or roof. Listen to a battery-operated radio for the latest storm information. Turn off all utilities at the main power switch. If you've come in contact with flood waters, wash your hands with soap and disinfected water. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani Senja. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.